All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle something that is just so frustrating for so many people who are trying to lose weight. We're talking about that fear that maybe, just maybe, you've permanently broken your metabolism. I mean, listen to this. This feeling, which this Reddit user just perfectly captures, is so common. You feel like you're doing everything right, you're working out, you're cutting calories, but the scale is not just stuck, it's actually going the wrong way, and that leads a lot of people to think they've done some kind of permanent metabolic damage. So let's get into the science behind this. Is metabolic damage a real thing? Is your metabolism some kind of fragile machine that you can actually break? Or is there something else going on? Something, well, a lot smarter happening inside our bodies? Okay, before we can even talk about the idea of damage, we've got to be on the same page. What even is metabolism? It's a word we hear all the time, but what's it really about? At its most basic, it's just the process of turning your food and drink into fuel. But it's not one single thing. It's really the sum of all the chemical reactions that keep you alive. Everything from your heart beating and your lungs breathing to your cells repairing themselves. That's all metabolism. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Look at how your body actually uses its energy. About 10% goes to just digesting your food. Another 20%, give or take, is from moving your body around. But look at that huge slice. Around 70%, that's your resting metabolic rate. That's the energy you burn just existing. So that brings us right to the heart of it all. What happens to this incredibly complex system when you start to diet, when you start losing weight? Does it break? Or does it adapt? You've probably heard about this one. There was a famous study done on the contestants from that TV show, The Biggest Loser. And man, it gave us a pretty shocking real-world look at how the body responds when you lose a lot of weight really fast. So get this, years after the show ended, the researchers found that the contestants' metabolisms had slowed way down. On average, they were burning about 500 times fewer calories a day than you'd expect for someone of their new, smaller body size. That's a huge difference. Okay, so here is the key. This isn't some weird mystery. Scientists have a name for it: adaptive thermogenesis. And it's not a mistake. It's not your body malfunctioning. It's your body's incredibly smart defense system kicking in against what it thinks is starvation. And this Reddit user just nails it. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Think about it. Having a way to save energy during a famine, that's a pretty sensible survival mechanism, right? It's exactly what you'd want your body to do. But this whole survival mode thing, that's really only one part of a much bigger story. There are other powerful, kind of hidden forces at play that we really need to get our heads around. So while adaptive thermogenesis gets all the attention, there are two other massive factors quietly changing your metabolic rate in the background, and those are your muscle mass and your hormones. First up, muscle. Your muscle tissue is just incredibly active. A landmark study from back in 1990 really established this, showing that how much energy your muscles burn at rest is a major driver of your whole resting metabolism. Bottom line, more muscle means a faster burning engine, even when you're just on the couch. And this is so critical because the average adult loses 3 to 8% of their muscle mass every single decade after age 30. It's a natural process called sarcopenia, and it's one of the big reasons our metabolisms tend to slow down as we get older. Now for that second hidden factor, your hormones. You can think of them as your body's internal thermostat. They're the chemical messengers that control pretty much everything, from how hungry you feel to how well you burn fat. The classic example is, of course, the thyroid gland. If your thyroid is underactive, everything slows down. You might feel tired, you might gain weight. If it's overactive, everything speeds up. You might have anxiety and lose weight. It's that powerful. And it is not just the thyroid. As we age, sex hormones like estrogen and testosterone decline, which can lead to losing muscle and storing more fat around the middle. Chronic stress, that jacks up cortisol, a hormone that basically tells your body to store belly fat. And when you diet, leptin, that's your I'm full hormone. It takes a nosedive, making you feel way hungrier. So let's pull all this together. We've got this survival mode, we've got muscle loss, we've got this whole complicated cocktail of shifting hormones. So what does this all mean for that original idea of metabolic damage? Here is the big takeaway. Damage is just the wrong word. Your body isn't broken. It's not malfunctioning. It's being incredibly intelligent. It is adapting to the signals it's getting, whether that's fewer calories, aging, or changes in your hormones. And here's the fascinating twist. Even though your metabolism might slow down in terms of the total calories you burn, the research shows that on a cellular level, it's actually getting healthier. Losing weight makes your fat cells shrink, and these smaller cells are much better at handling sugar and fat. That actually reduces your risk for things like type 2 diabetes. Understanding this totally changes the game plan, right? Instead of fighting your body, you can support this amazing adaptive system. You can do resistance training to hold on to that precious muscle. You can eat plenty of protein. You can focus on getting enough sleep to help balance those key hormones. This reframes the entire goal. It's not about trying to fix something that's broken. It's about working with your body's remarkable built-in intelligence. So the real question isn't how to fix your metabolism. It's this. How can you choose to better support your body's incredibly intelligent adaptive system?